Hello all, Ritvik here. Hope you guys are doing great. Have you ever felt overwhelmed on hearing words like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain? If you answered yes, then this video is for you. So let's get started. What is blockchain? Blockchain is basically a data structure which allows cryptocurrencies, but not limited to them, to transfer over a decentralized network. Okay. In simplest terms, a blockchain is a growing list of records called blocks linked together using cryptography. Okay, but what is the need for it? It basically overcomes the current situation of the central authority. Blockchain has three pillars, being decentralized, having transparency, and the immutable nature in the transaction involved. Being decentralized meaning anyone in public can see your transactions being proceeded. Of course, there's the cryptographic method which incorporates the hash value attached to them. Second, being transparent. Of course, there's a public ledger openly available on etherscan.io or the Bitcoin relevant site. The immutable nature. No records can be changed once entered in the blockchain. This is a note from etherscan.io, numbered 4390176. It has an ether price set transaction. The important factors involved are the gas price and the gas limit. As you can see, the block reward 3 ether is rewarded and mined by the miner ID. The hash value generated is a cryptographic key pair solved by the miner. That's it. Over Chico, you can continue. Understanding the pillars of blockchain gives us more insight to what it is. It has n number of applications from medicine to finance. In medicine, imagine what doctors have a tedious process going over the central authority can be decentralized and data can be shared easily in the public ledger format. So, how does it work? I'll let the nerd handle that. Okay, over, Chico. So, how does it work? Basically, someone requests a transaction. That requested transaction is broadcasted to the peer-to-peer network of nodes. The requested nodes in the peer-to-peer network validate the transaction and the user status using known algorithms. The known algorithms are basically the cryptographic puzzles which are given to the miners. These miners then try to solve the puzzle. Whichever miner solves the puzzle first receives the gas price or the small token fee, and once the transaction is verified, a new block is added to the ledger. Once a block is verified, it is combined with other transactions to create a new block of data in the ledger. The new block is then permanent and unalterable. Once this cycle is complete, the transaction is complete. Credits to Blockgeeks. Now that we understand what blockchain is and how does it work, what is cryptocurrency?
Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin.
Yes, Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency out there. It basically works on UTXOs, which are unspent transaction output. Helps the users be accountable for the Bitcoins they have spent through their wallet. Now comes Ethereum. It's a bit advanced to Bitcoin in the sense it allows users for the account creation process and introduction of smart contracts. Smart contracts? What are those? They are mutual agreements between the users involved in the process of transaction. Basically, the code is written in Solidity language, which is a mixture of Java, JavaScript, and C++. Solidity language can introduce conditions and complexities, which can help the users be particular about the agreement which they are signing on, which is the smart contract. Basically, it allows the users to set conditions for the fulfillment of a transaction. Let's take an example. Suppose I need to transact this amount of value on this day. Smart contracts allows me to do that. I'll let the node give an example of the Solidity file and the smart contract being deployed. in the Remix IDE.
You can simply use Remix IDE to develop your Solidity file. Here I have developed a simple storage.sol file, which basically sets a value and increments it or decrements it and returns using the get function. You develop a smart contract using this contract keyword and the contract name. Declare the data types and set the functions. To compile it, I click on the compile button of the simple storage.sol. Having it compiled, we can deploy it and execute our contract. Okay, since it is compiled, we will now deploy it. Having it deployed, we set the value to 5 as the initial state. We increment it by 2, and using the get function we get the value as 7. Now decrement it by 4, we should get the value as 3. That's it for the Solidity file. You can try it out. Back to you, Overachieve.
How do I deploy smart contracts? Using the D apps or the decentralized apps. Decentralized application in its simplest form is a link between a client and a server, much like a web application, with the key difference of it being in a blockchain architecture. It is linked to the smart contracts in a blockchain server through the IPFS, which is Interplanetary File System, in the backend. It solves the problems that require blockchain services and blockchain infrastructure by realizing its purpose.
Okay, now let me think about it. What if I develop something like a more decentralized version, but only for organizations, more like a permission blockchain? Yes, I think this will work. Sure, let me write it down. Let me plan it and graph it. I know. Okay, so this is the architecture which I will follow. 4 services will be involved, and yes, this will work. I know definitely. But what? HyperLedger Foundation? HyperLedger by Linux Foundation? Oh, come on. Another startup failed. Let me close it.
HyperLedgers. As you might have guessed from my monologue, it is basically a permissioned blockchain in which a particular organization has its own blockchain setup for the distributed ledger management system. I'll do post the blockchain development roadmap on my Instagram account. Do check it out and stay tuned for it. As always, if you find the video interesting and useful, do share it with your friends. Thank you and signing off.